Attorneys and victim advocates released a new report today on Catholic priests accused of sexual misconduct. They claim the report contained new names and new information for victims. But our CBS 5 investigative team found a different story when they looked into this. Our Morgan Loew joining us live in studio with more on this story. Morgan?
We were led to believe that this was a groundbreaking new report with the names of dozens of priests that had never been released before. So we went to this news conference expecting some bombshells. The panel in the downtown Phoenix hotel meeting room contained dozens of photographs of priests. The report, bound and in color, had even more information about them.
In this report, there are 109 individuals.
Attorney Jeff Anderson stood surrounded by victims of sexual abuse and victim advocates.
It is time for transparency, and it is time for disclosure.
But there was something familiar about many of the names on his list. Jeff, how many of these names were not disclosed by the diocese before? How many of these are new to us?
66. We have added 66 names that have never before been disclosed by the Catholic Diocese in Phoenix.
Actually, we found that every name had been released before. Maybe not by the Diocese of Phoenix, but by other Catholic dioceses and organizations. And a big part of the presentation today had to do with encouraging victims to take advantage of a new Arizona law that allows more people to sue their abusers and the abusers' employers. Jeff, is this a news conference to shed new light on a law that passed a month ago? Or is this an opportunity for your law firm to get free publicity to get clients?
This is a lot of things.
I'm going to repeat and answer the question. And the question is, Jeff Anderson, AKA trial attorneys, is this why you're here? And I'll be the first to answer that question. Without people like Jeff, this law wouldn't have passed. I came forward 6.5 years ago, and I called a list of attorneys. No one would help me.
After the news conference, one of the victim advocates approached me and said, yes, this is an attorney looking for clients. But he said every time they get in front of a camera and talk about abuse, victims come forward and do get help. So they believe it is worth it.
And this law firm did the same thing a couple of days ago in New York State. So Morgan, was there any new information in this report that this attorney put together today?
Yeah, this is a pretty comprehensive list of priests who have worked in Arizona and who were accused of sexual abuse. And I don't think that there's another single list like this out there.
Now, opponents of this new law that just was passed by the state legislature before they adjourned, they warned that this actually had the potential to open the floodgates to out-of-state law firms that would swoop in and try to recruit new clients. Is this sort of what happened today?
Yeah, what we saw today was one of those law firms come in and claim to have information, but it really was just a sales pitch.
But again, if new victims come forward, it could be all worth it. Now, The diocese did respond today, saying in part they share their victims' anguish as well as their anger. We have posted the diocese's entire statement to those survivors, as well as previous reports of our sexual abuse cases. We have that for you on our AZ Family mobile app, as well as our website, azfamily.com.